It felt natural, singing in front of everyone.
It's not something just anyone can do.
She has talent, that much is quite clear. You might even say she is beloved by the gods of music.
Even without light, I live perfectly happy in my world of sound. If that is a talent, as you say, then I think the gods reasonable. Responsible, even.
And what about your PR motto? Perhaps your music reminded him of the Borginian scenery?
No, it was quite the opposite.
The opposite?
According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality.
Global.
Multicultural, if you will. Hard to pin to one region.
Captain of lacrosse.
When people listen to it, they picture the country closest to their hearts, which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story!
It sounds like this producer may have known what he was doing after all.
My songs aren't nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painter are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind how I am represented to the world so much. Yet one thing quickly led to another. So silly as it may sound.
Sorry.
Was that to protect your image as the landscape painter in sound?
That does not matter so much to me, really. But the label is quite concerned about it, I think. A landscape painter who can't see. That's like a pianist who can't play, huh?
I'm not sure you can compare your father to Lemoire.
The world of commercial music is filled with these little white lies.
Get it? White lie.
Nothing is sacred when it comes to publicity.
When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche?
Of course, he was my manager.
So he knew. That's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
I believe I know what is bothering your young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
Exclamation point.
Is he right, Apollo?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
It wasn't a body at the time.
It was a body lobster. He's alive.
He's alive!
Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold, so cold. Said this too many times. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who's the witness? The witness is Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you.
Oh, my.
Well, why would he do that? He knew you were blind.
I don't know.
Exclamation point.
What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself.
'Cause I won't be there for you. Meaning what?
There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
The witness. Siren? We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense.
I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that.
Before? What came before that?
That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he was talking about himself. He wasn't talking, he was talking about the witness.
Oh, I see.
Too bad the defense did not. Fair hair forehead. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time.
Order! Order!
Hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres. Recall Tamar's earlier testimony.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that.
That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latus witnessed her through the window. Why else would he have named her as the witness?
But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course.
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it. I would know it in an instant.
Your Honor,
What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here?
we have the results back from the investigation.
The investigation.
Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latus left us.
Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Dr. Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing.
Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latus.
What?
Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latus himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation.
So when he wrote those letters,
He was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe him away.
Mr. Latus was an undercover Interpol agent. So him being Lemoire's manager...
was just a cover, most likely.
There's one other important detail I found.
Well, out with it.
It concerns that .45 caliber revolver, murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Latus. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver.
So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything.
It's got to tie in somehow, you'd think.
Yeah, somehow. I mean, Marx taught us there's no independent events, so...
Thanks for looking into that, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out.
Wait,
Lamar, is something the matter?
that voice just now.
Darian?
Mr. Darien, is it? It was him. I'm sure of it.
It was him.
You aren't saying...
That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latus when I heard the gunshot fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darien.
Is it some kind of joke? What?
No way.
Raffle skates.
Gotta hide the pot.
Courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I had burgers. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lamar fingering Darren Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective.
I didn't know it was that way. Oh dear.
Could it really have been his voice Lamar heard?
Way to go, localization team.
Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Hey! No wimping out now, Apollo!
To be continued!
Oh, raffle skates. Seriously?
Yes, time to save our game.
Christ on the cob.
Told you it was short. Kinda.
Alright, well, there we go.
Alright, until next time, folks. We will be back at the Right Anything Agency. Until then, we'll see ya.
That's all.